48 chefs from across the UK are putting their reputations on the line in a bid to become professional MasterChef champion. Another 6 hopefuls are competing to impress Judge Greg Wallace, renowned chef Monica Galetti, and Michelin-starred Marcus Waring.
I still can't believe this day has come, but it's here now.
I think it's going to be once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so hopefully I can make the best of it.
I cannot afford to make one single mistake. I probably will.
These chefs are going to have to hold their nerve and really show us something special.
The risks are high, but so are the rewards.
This is our final batch of 6 chefs. They've got to face, obviously, a skills test. Monica, what are you going to set them?
I want our chefs to make an œuf moret served on garlic toast.
Œuf moret.
Œuf moret is a poached egg with a bourguignon sauce. It's normally what happens when you've got leftover sauce from a beef bourguignon, and then they use that sauce and serve it with poached eggs the next day.
Beautiful. Come on then, 15 minutes. Show us, please.
I'm going to start with the bourguignon sauce. So I'm going to get some colour on the bacon. I'm going to put my baby onions in.
Beef bourguignon, classical dish, beautiful red wine sauce. I love it. I've never had this, though. I've only ever had the bourguignon sauce with beef.
So in goes the wine.
I think it's quite clear that our chefs are going to have to really get that sauce on straight away, and everything needs to be reduced down, so let's hope that that's what they start with.
I'm going to add a bit of stock to it. Put some thyme in. My sauce is now on. I'm going to cut a piece of toast to go on the grill. Got a piece of garlic. I'm just going to really rub it into the piece of sourdough. Okay, that's reducing down. We've got some demi-glace here, which we're going to add to the sauce. We're going to add some more body to it.
What's a demi-glace?
So it's a thickened stock.
I'm now adding the mushrooms. They're going to take no time to cook. There are stages, you know, to sauce making. You add too much of the red wine, you're going to have to reduce for ages. If they add too much of the stock, they've only got 15 minutes. They then, you know, need to wait much longer to reduce that down.
Righto.
Yeah. So my sauce is on, toast is on, poaching my eggs. I have some vinegar here, so it sort of brings the egg nicely together. No salt. The salt will break up the egg.
They should be able to poach an egg, but the pressure sometimes in here, you never know.
I've just dropped a few knobs of butter through my sauce. Dare I say I'm ready to finish my egg and serve?
How lovely.
Little bit of this onto the toast so it sort of soaks through.
Lovely poached egg, look. Perfectly formed.
Be so gentle. And just some fresh chives on top. There we have it, my œuf moret on a piece of garlic toast.
The chefs have got to be able to make toast. They've got to be able to poach an egg. This is about the chef's understanding of a real quality red wine sauce. Should we see what they're made of?
Can't wait.
First to face Monica's test is Kevin, a 31-year-old chef lecturer at Leeds City College.
So I've been a chef for about 13 years now. I've kind of taught for a few years, but I've done a lot of outside catering. I've cooked up to high rosette standard. Jack of all trades, hopefully a master of more than one. I have a huge Asian influence in my cooking. Mum and Dad moved me up to Southeast Asia when I was 4 months old. I didn't move back to the UK till I was 18. That whole time I was in Hong Kong, Thailand, Malaysia and Brunei. Those are, like, for me, some of the food capitals of the world. I think there is an assumption that a college tutor, it'll be a breeze for you, like, you know all this stuff. Yeah, but it's very hard to know everything. But it's one thing I love about this industry, you never stop learning.
Hello, Kevin. Welcome to MasterChef. This is the skills test. This one was set by Monica.
Kevin, I would like you to make for us an œuf moret served on a piece of sourdough toast.
Not gonna lie, don't know what an œuf moret is.
Œuf moret is a poached egg served on a bourguignon sauce. You have 15 minutes. Good luck to you. Where are you from, Kevin?
I consider myself a little bit on the international side. I grew up in Southeast Asia.
Have we got Malaysian or Thai style food from you in the next round?
You do.
Whoa!
You do.
Pressure that you're a lecturer to do the basic dishes such as this?
Huge pressure. Bourguignon sauce, yes. Hasn't been on the curriculum this year, so it was one of those kind of like, oh, bourguignon, I know this, I should be able to make it. I have a feeling that if it doesn't go well, the students will be the first to tell me.
You are halfway, chef, so just over 7 minutes.
Is there a chance I can get another egg?
What's the rap with that one?
This one, I'm not happy with the shape of it coming out.
Kevin, you've got 2 minutes left.
Thank you very much.
How's your egg?
The white's not holding as much together to the yolk as I'd like.
All done. You had a minute to spare.
The making of the bourguignon sauce, I would have preferred some stock in first. Let that stock really cook down and then add the demi-glace in, which brings more body. Reducing just the demi-glace down tends to make it thicker and more salty. The poaching of the egg, it didn't work normally. I don't know if it's your nerves or what, Kevin. We poach in vinegar. So things you know, Kevin, but it doesn't look very appealing.
There's not a great deal of sauce to taste. Could be richer, you could have put some butter in there. There's a little bit of fruitiness of the wine. A rich egg yolk, but a scruffy egg.
The bread needed more oil, lots more garlic. The poached egg, it looked like to me that your water was not high enough and was not holding the egg together once you drop the egg into it. And of course, a bit of vinegar always helps.
The sauce, you want more of the mushrooms and the bacon. When you think of a bourguignon, that's the garnish that goes into that dish. Let's see how you do in the next round, Kevin.
Thank you very much. The nerves got to me in there, big time. And this is what frustrates me. I know what I needed to do, and I didn't do it to the best of my ability.
Next is 38-year-old Cheryl, who currently works as sous chef in a modern gastro pub in Bournemouth.
I'm a self-taught chef. I'm just a little, you know, Asian girl, so learning through experience. I've got quite a good brain, like a bit of photographic memory, to be honest. Yeah, I can just pick up so quickly. I come originally from the Philippines. When I was a kid, I go stay with my grandparents. We used to cook outside. Back in the days, we didn't have the proper equipment. We cooked from banana leaves. And then I just learned by just watching it. I can cook a lot of cuisines. I can do Thai cuisines, I can do Chinese cuisines, a little bit of French. Yeah, I'm gonna smash it.
Cheryl, I would like you to make us an œuf moret and serve it with a piece of garlic toast.
Okay.
Do you know what an œuf moret is?
No.
Okay, an œuf moret is a poached egg
Okay,
served on a bourguignon sauce.
okay.
You have 15 minutes. Good luck.
So nervous. Sorry.
How long have you been working in kitchens?
Going to 10 years.
What's the favourite cuisine that you've mastered?
Japanese.
Why do you love Japanese?
That's just my speciality. I mean, I'm good at it. I'm good at rolling sushi. I find it therapeutic, actually.
Yeah.
You're over halfway. You've got 6 minutes left.
Okay.
What inspired you to become a chef?
My grandma. You know, I love cooking. It's my passion, make food, make people happy.
How's our egg looking?
Kind of there. I'm shaking.
Finished?
Yeah, finished.
You had nearly 2 minutes left.
Bourguignon sauce, to make a beautiful red wine sauce, colour the bacon off, then your red wine. That needs to reduce down before you add the stock, demi-glace, and some butter. What you have there is bacon and mushrooms cooked separately, you know, and then the sauce going over it. I think the best thing on here is possibly your poached egg.
Thank you.
Let's have a look at your nice egg. Oh. No, it's not cooked. I don't want to eat an uncooked egg. You don't know how to make the sauce, and the bread's not toasted. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you.
Let's just put that down to a tough day in the kitchen. Your signature dish is yours next, and that's really down to you.
We'll see you in the next round.
Yeah, disappointed in myself, really. Could do better, but it's a lot of pressure. I will definitely bounce back for the second round, for sure.
Originally from India, 40-year-old Jay is now executive chef at a Pan-Asian restaurant in South London.
So I was born in Mumbai. My mum was a very good cook. She would cook with basic ingredients and make it look really special. Those memories are just not just memories, they're actually flavors trapped in memories. I love to experiment. Take two cuisines or two flavors, you have to study them very carefully. One can't overpower the other. But fusion definitely is the future. There's certainly a pressure or a risk. Get into the competition when you're executive or a head chef because people expect a lot more out of you. But sometimes you've got to take risk in life.
Jay, do you know what an œuf marette is?
It's an egg dish, but I'm not sure the rest of it.
It's a poached egg served in a bourguignon sauce.
Okay.
15 minutes, off you go.
So, have you made a bourguignon sauce?
The red wine sauce I have, yes.
So, what's your chefing background?
I've been classically trained in French cuisine. I've worked on cruise ships touring around the world, so I've picked up quite a lot of experience from my cruising days. It was the best time of my life.
If you like the ship so much, why didn't you stay on there?
Because I was getting married, and she was quite clear.
You are halfway.
I forgot to put the vinegar in it. That's why it's not coagulated.
You've got time to poach another egg, chef.
Thank you.
OK, 3 minutes, Jay, yeah? Sauce is good, almost there?
Sauce is good, almost there.
All done?
All done, thank you.
Your sauce making, I thought the stock needed to reduce much more. Poached egg, we had to do 2 of them, but we have a dish here, Jay.
That egg could do with a little bit more cooking, chef. Sauce needs to be a lot richer and thicker. I mean, you can taste a hint of red wine, but I'm a little disappointed.
Your poached egg isn't great. You should have got the vinegar in at the beginning. You got the toast done nicely. The sauce just lacks body, depth, and flavour.
Jay, I think with your experience, you have a point to prove in the next round. Look forward to seeing you there. Thank you, chef. Off you go.
Thank you. Thanks very much. It was much harder than I expected. I don't think it was the best out of the competition. There's a lot I need to prove to them. I'm going to do my best from here.
We are about to meet the last 3 chefs of this year's competition. What do you want them to do, please?
I would like our chefs to cook us drop scones with a flambéed Suzette sauce and segments of oranges.
What are drop scones?
Like between a pancake and a crumpet.
And a Suzette sauce, the sauce that you get on a crepe Suzette?
Yeah, like you get in a restaurant, flambéed, sugar, brandy, and then put the oranges through it.
15 minutes. Come on, let's do it.
So first of all, we've got to get our batter made. So we've got some sieved flour, sugar, some baking powder. What we're doing is just mixing the dry ingredients together. Crack 3 eggs into there. Touch of milk. I'm just looking for a nice, thickish batter, and just a little bit of melted butter. Give it a good mix. Make sure there's no lumps in there. So that's our batter made. That's very important to get that underway straight away. So what we need to do now is we need to get onto our sauce. I'm just going to put a couple of spoons of sugar.
It's really important that our chefs control the temperature of the sugar, because if they burn it, they're going to have to start again.
Caramel's just at the right colour for me. I'm just going to put it into our brandy. Got to let the sugar and the cognac come together. A little squeeze of the orange juice. Put in a little splash of the orange liqueur, just to give it a really nice orange flavour. And just a knob of butter in there as well. The consistency is really important. You don't want it too runny and too wet.
That's beautiful.
So segmenting an orange, something I think all our chefs should be able to do. I think the most important thing about segmenting an orange is that you take enough cuts around the outside. That's the key. You want it to be exactly the same shape as it was when it was whole.
Beautiful.
Now we can make our drop scones, so the pan is nice and hot.
You see them rising, they're looking beautiful.
If this had no baking powder in it, it would basically be just a pancake batter. So the baking powder is essential. That's what's making them puff up right now.
Oh, I like them.
We just want to bring our caramel sauce back up to heat. I'm just going to drop some of the segments of oranges in right at the very end. Too soon, they'll all break up and you won't get the segments on the presentation of the dish. We're good to go.
This is looking beautiful.
And there we have our Suzette sauce just going over the top.
Oh.
press. Nice dollop of mascarpone. There's our dish. Drop scones, Suzette sauce, segments of oranges.
They may not know it as drop scone, but they may well have come across it before. Scotch pancake, pikelet, American pancake, it's the same thing.
And crepes themselves.
We're actually asking our chefs to show quite a bit of skill here and knowledge. I mean, if they haven't made a Suzette sauce, they haven't made one. If they haven't made a drop scone, they simply haven't made one.
Yep.
They're going to have to work it out as they go along.
First to face Marcus's test is 29-year-old Adam, who works as junior sous chef at Corpus Christi College in Cambridge.
I used to play a lot of rugby. Two passions, rugby or food, and I picked food. I've worked in sort of like bistro establishments, and then I went and opened another restaurant and was head chef there for a couple of years. I think I thrive under pressure, and that brings out the best of you as a chef. It's good to be in that pressure environment rather than sort of just plodding along. Winning the competition would be amazing. It'd be like, you know, lifting Dibs trophy at the Rugby World Cup final.
Hello, Adam.
Hello.
You know this is the skills test, right?
Yep.
This one was set by Marcus.
Adam, we would like you to make for us drop scones, served with a flamed Suzette sauce and segmented oranges.
Pastry's probably my weakest area, but
Good to know.
we're
Great, that's
we'll wait
great.
and see. Yeah.
15 minutes, Adam. Off you go. How are you making this batter, Adam?
Just going for sort of basic pancake batter.
You worked in pastry before.
Not actually in the section,
Okay.
no. It's definitely an area that I need to improve on.
So this is your sort of worst nightmare, isn't it?
What's happening with that batter mix?
It's too thick. It's taken a long time to cook. I just don't want it to burn on the bottom.
Oh,
You got time, do you?
You've still got more batter, no?
Yeah,
Come on.
I might,
Maybe make it a bit smaller.
yeah.
Where have you trained, Adam?
Bistros, and then I worked in the private members club for a little bit.
Okay.
And then obviously in the university kitchen now as well.
happier now with your scones?
Sort of. They're not nowhere near as good as I would want them to be.
You have 5 minutes left. So you all done?
Yeah.
You had 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
The drop scone mix, you've made a batter, and it is a little bit thick and a little bit on the lumpy side. Drop scone are little small scones. You should have made little 2 or 3 in the pan rather than 2 out-of-shape ones. The sauce, the methods were wrong. What we were looking for was sugar caramel, which then you flambe with the liqueur and the brandy, and then you add in your oranges, your little bit of butter, and you sort of just make a beautiful, thick caramel sauce. And then the segmenting of an orange, as you can see, you've boiled it, and it's just completely broken down onto the drop scone.
Your scones are light and fluffy. I like those. Your orange sauce is more like an orange syrup as opposed to a crêpe Suzette sauce. With a dollop of cream, you know, I'd eat it, but it doesn't just lack finesse, it has no finesse.
Clearly, you don't know how to make a Suzette sauce. It needs to be flambéed with the alcohol. But you do have an orange sauce. I have to see what your next course is about, Adam, to really know who you are.
It lacks flair, Adam. You really need to bring some flair back into the kitchen when you do the signature dish round, and I hope that you have a good dish coming.
All to play for in the next round, Chef. All right, look forward to seeing you there. Off you go.
Thanks a lot. I wouldn't have made those mistakes in my own kitchen. I can definitely do better than that. Just annoyed with myself, really. Pressure got to me a bit.
Next is George, a 22-year-old chef de partie working in a modern British brasserie in Dorchester.
The kind of food we do here is completely international. We're from Asian, from French classic, to Bulgarian classic, you name it, it's on our menu. I got into cooking accidentally because I was a bit of a naughty boy at school. And the only way to stay in education was to put me on this course. At first, obviously, I didn't want to take a course for cooking because it's for girls, I thought, at that age. And turned out quite liked it, and it's kept me in a career for the last 7 years. I'm not 100% sure where I want to be in 5 or 10 years. I believe this competition could help me discover what I really want from my career.
George, you look a little bit nervous. You all right?
Oh, terrified, but here we are.
Do you know what a drop scone is?
No,
What about a Suzette sauce?
fortunately not.
What you're going to need to do now, George, is dig deep and come up with your interpretation of drop scones, a flame Suzette sauce, and segmented oranges. 15 minutes. Off you go.
How would you make a pancake?
Well, not doing a mixing bowl normally.
This bowl's down there.
Let's give it a go. I've gone completely blank.
So tell me how you're going to do it. Talk it through with us.
I'm just going to obviously whisk all these up with the milk, add the flour, whisk it all through, baking powder, I imagine. Get that on the heat.
Do you know what, George? We're almost there, son.
Confidence is key, huh?
What do you want to do now? So what's your plan?
Get the sauce on the go.
How are you going to make the sauce?
Not a clue.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have 5 minutes left, right? Now focus on your sauce.
Disaster.
You've got 3 minutes left, all right? We need a sauce on this scone.
Yep. Ain't gonna work.
What are you doing now? Right, you done?
Indeed.
OK, you're out of time anyway, so...
My bad, sorry.
The drop scones, you've got the ingredients on your board. You're just putting them all in the wrong process. Lemon juice in the drop scones is not needed either. Sauce, it's an orange sauce, not a raspberry sauce. You really have gone blank.
Yeah, yeah.
Your drop scone is light and fluffy. However, we wanted an orange sauce. You've given us a raspberry sauce. I mean, strain it, get all those pips and seeds out. George, you honestly did not know where to start.
We just want to see how you cope, what you're like as a chef. So show us what you're about in the next round.
Indeed.
Off you go, chef.
Thank you. I work in pastry quite a lot, and I completely flopped it. It's just one of those things, isn't it? I mean, you know, you even know if you don't know, what can you do?
Last up is 29-year-old Steve, head chef at a fine dining restaurant in London.
So I became a chef. I sort of fell into it. I was a waiter. They needed help in the kitchen. I just loved the camaraderie. Saved up, moved to the south of France, went to a 1-star in Provence, and I went from there. One of my proudest moments becoming head chef at the age of 23 was a massive learning curve. Now I'm at a level where I want to try and push myself again. I'm classically trained, so hopefully that is in my favour.
Steve, do you know what a drop scone is?
I believe so. Suzette sauce, I believe, is made with orange liqueur, brandy and lemon, orange zest.
Good. 15 minutes, off you go.
You seem to know what this drop scone was. How do you know them so well?
Colour recipes, old school recipes.
When's the last time you made a Scotch pancake?
Last week.
Steve?
Yeah.
You know that you're our last contestant.
I'm aware.
Have we saved the best till last, Steve?
I hope so, possibly not.
How long have you been a chef, Steve?
13 years.
Why are you a chef? What made you become
I sort of fell into it, really. It was the army or chefing, and my dad taught me out of the army, so...
Why did he talk you out of the army?
A couple of horror stories, which I didn't like very much. Probably doing this completely wrong, but...
Have you done much pastry work?
Minimal.
OK.
Not as much as I'd want to do.
You seem pretty relaxed and relatively confident. You inspire confidence here.
I'm confident I'll probably mess it up down the line, but...
Just over halfway, Steve, all right? So 7 and a bit minutes. How's your sauce looking?
Not great.
You've got 5 minutes left if you need them. You don't need them? You're not happy with the first 2, no?
It's a bit burnt. Try that again. This confidence is slipping slightly now.
You happy with them?
Much better, not burnt.
You done?
I think so.
Really pleased that you took the burnt pancake off the plate, which is good, and you cooked 2 more. Your sauce, your sugar, you've got to get it caramelised. Your alcohol goes in once your sugar's caramelised. Your segments, once you start to boil an orange segment, it breaks up just like this.
Your drop scones aren't cooked all the way through. Hey, you've got a sweet and slightly sharp orange flavour. It's pleasant enough. If those pancakes would have been perfectly cooked, that would have been rather jolly.
Almost there, and I reckon you know how to make Scotch pancakes. You just seemed a bit just wanting to get it over and done with, Steve, you know.
Yeah.
So show us what you're about in the next round.
Will do.
See you soon. Off you go, chef.
Thank you. Not feeling great. Messed up a bit. Never experienced anything like it before in my life. It's tough, but it's over now.
For me, this has been a tough, tough day in the kitchen.
Is this just a case of really bad nerves? Can they come back and show us what they're made of?
I think it's going to be a real judge of their character in the next round. I mean, do they come back fighting, or is their chin on the floor?
The skills test, without doubt, was a tough round for everybody. It is not an easy challenge, but this is your signature dish, and this is a chance for you to shine.
1 hour. and 15 minutes to get yourself a place in the next round. At the end of this, 3 go home, but 3 go through. Come on, chefs, let's see you cook.
Skills test was incredibly hard. It shouldn't have been too hard, but it was. I do need to pull it back 100%.
George, feeling a bit better?
A little bit better now, yeah.
What are you making for us?
Caraway and fennel-infused duck breast, pomana, pineapple ketchup, and a balsamic gel. I'm going for sort of sweet and sour effects. You've got the pineapple ketchup, and then you've got your balsamic to cut through.
Has this dish been tried and tested?
Twice.
On who?
Just the guys I work with.
And?
They like it. Hopefully it's all good for you.
It's all down to you now.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, George.
Cheers, thank you.
George has got to get the cooking of this duck breast absolutely spot on. I want to taste the spices that he's using. Fruit and duck work very well, so I can see what he's doing with the pineapple ketchup.
I love the sound of the classic pomana. He just needs to now execute the dish very, very well, cooked to perfection.
I hate losing. Really annoys me if I do something wrong, especially when you know how to do it. And I think you've got to aim high. If you don't, then you're never going to get there.
Adam, what is your dish then?
So it's a lobster and smoked salmon ravioli with a bisque, dill oil, some kettle caviar.
No garnish, no vegetables?
Oh, it's a starter.
So it's all about the ravioli?
It's all about that. It's all about the flavours, and it's all about the bisque, trying to get as much flavour into that as possible.
And so if there's any hole in this ravioli...
It will leak everywhere, yeah.
Your ravioli's finished?
Yep, it's all down on that.
You've got a lot to do.
Yeah, that's it.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Like the sound of Adam's dish, lobster and salmon raviolo. Adam is going to make sure his ravioli is beautifully made. The filling has been cut to the right size so they cook evenly when it's inside there. The binding of this filling is really important. It can just sort of turn into a liquid in that parcel and could ruin this dish.
Good lobster bisque is about the lobster flavour. You want some brandy, you want some wine, you want some fish stock and cream. A beautifully smooth, rich, creamy sauce.
I have been developing this dish for a few months now. It represents 2 different elements from 2 different cuisines. One is Asian and one is French. Fusion can be very difficult and can be very tricky. This dish kind of sums up who I am as a chef. So the dish that I'm cooking is a duo of lamb, herb-crusted lamb rump, and lamb neck fillet lumpia. Lumpia is a Filipino spring roll, cauliflower puree, pan-fried cauliflower, Jerusalem artichokes, and a coriander, sweet basil, spice jus.
Why is this dish so important to you?
I like lamb. I like lamb a lot. The flavors that I work with are important to me. They're dear to me as well. I was trained in Thai kitchens, so I know the basic flavors.
You have got a mountain of work to do.
I have.
Are you going to get this done in 1 hour and 15?
Hopefully so.
Well, I mean, hopefully. Have you timed it?
I have timed it, yes.
The dish that Jay is doing is a fusion of his European training and Asian flavors.
He's going to be turning the lamb neck into lumpia. You've got some lovely flavors of the coriander and the chili running through the spring rolls.
Lamb rump needs some time to cook. It needs to be rested properly. There's also a crust to go on this lamb. I'm really excited to try his signature dish.
30 minutes gone, 45 minutes left, please.
Kevin's dish, satay chicken. It's almost like a street food type style of dish. He's boned the chicken thigh out and he's filled it with a chicken mousse to make a ballantine. We've got chicken lollipop, cucumber that's been pickled, puffed rice and a satay sauce. This is a street food-like cuisine. He's going to have to refine the dressing of this plate and make it look good as well as taste good.
The mousse inside has got to be smooth. It's got to be beaten with some cream. We don't want a grainy mousse when we cut into this ballantine that he's cooking.
Absolutely love this dish. It's very much the epitome of my style of cooking. I try and bring a modern British approach to Southeast Asian food. Don't get me wrong, I will always take the street stall serving the best chicken satay and peanut sauce. But sadly, that's a 12.5-hour flight away. This is one of my favourite dishes from living abroad out in Malaysia.
Right.
I love it. For me, that satay sauce is home. I've tried to refine it. Hopefully, you'll see it the same way. I'm trying to do it in a bit more of a modern plated style, but try and bring the authenticity and the flavours.
Do you consider Malaysia to be home?
Yeah, I do. There's a warmth when you get off the plane. It's like a hug. And then you go and eat at a street stall, and it's an even bigger hug. And that, to me, is special.
I am very competitive and, you know, I compete before doing boxing. But this one is a different skill. It's what I love the most, cooking.
Are you feeling better now that you're cooking your own food?
Yes, indeed. More confident about this one. Yep, it's my favourite dish, so...
Oh, what is it?
A duck breast with shiitake mushroom, with pak choy, fondant potato. And also I have 5-spice jus.
Why do you like this dish so much?
I've had a little bit of experiment, just a fusion, bit of the French and Asian style dish, like with the 5-spice, and it tastes quite good.
What do you want to happen now in this competition? What do you want?
Hopefully I get in to the next round. Got a lot to show with my skills, especially with the Asian dishes as well. So, yeah, so fingers crossed.
I love duck. Hopefully she cooks it beautifully, renders down the fat. We have nice pink duck breast.
Cheryl's got a lovely combination of different flavours and ingredients going on. The 5-spice needs to be roasted in the pan to bring out that beautiful flavour. And the sauce needs to taste of the 5-spice. The most important thing about potato fondants is they've got to be cooked all the way through, and they need to be oozing lots of beautiful butter.
I'm putting everything into this competition. I just need to go into second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth gear and show them what I've got. So today I've got fillet of red mullet, scales left on and basted with hot oil to crisp up the scales. Shellfish sauce, crab, I'm picking down the white meat, raw apple and pickled cauliflower.
So you're cooking it with the scales on, but to do that, the oil's got to be super hot. It's got to be so hot so that the scales actually crisp up, isn't it? So that's what you're doing.
I think I can do this. I want to prove to you that I can do this.
Are you naturally competitive then?
I like to think so, yeah. I like to win, that's for sure. I think I can go all the way.
Let's start with getting this dish right. I like the way that Steve's going to cook the red mullet. He's going to sort of flake up the scales and then using this really hot oil to pour on top. And that will actually sort of crisp up the scales. It's a beautiful way to cook the fish. It's a bit tricky, he's got to get this spot on.
Steve's got some tomato running through his sauce. It's a fish sauce, which is made from the bones of the red mullet and the bones and the shells of the crab meat too. It needs to be beautifully balanced with the crab and work in harmony with the rest of the dish.
You have 4 minutes. Chefs, this is getting a little bit too close. You have a minute.
It was a hot display.
30 seconds. Your time is up. Stop. Thank you, chefs.
First up is Adam, whose signature dish is lobster and smoked salmon-filled raviolo, topped with salmon caviar, served with lobster bisque and dill oil.
It's been a hard day in the kitchen today, but it gives me great pleasure to say that that was absolutely delicious. The pasta is cooked very, very well. The mix inside is fantastic. The sauce is rich and packed full of flavour. Really good job.
Lovely, sweet lobster. And I'm really impressed that you've got that much depth into that creamy sauce in such little time. Very good job. Real skill. Good cooking.
Thank you very much.
Not a lot on this plate, but what you have executed very, very well. It is delicious.
Thank you. Brilliant. It seems like I got it right. I'm ecstatic with what they said. I'm definitely gonna have a beer on the way home.
Cheryl has made pan-roasted duck breast served with a 5-spice choux, fondant potato, shiitake mushrooms, pak choi, and a shallot puree.
A little bit messy. Little bit messy. It needs tidying up. Your duck breast is cooked nicely for me. Your fondant potatoes are soft enough, but I don't like this 5-spice choux. It's salty and it's got 5-spice, but it's a little thick. It's thick like jam.
The puree is nice and smooth. The shiitake mushrooms are nice on the plate. But the sauce, again, I agree with Greg, it's sticky, it's over-reduced, and the dish lacks refinement.
The things that work for me on this plate is the duck with the pak choi and the shiitake mushroom. It's a real shame that the sauce hasn't worked.
Disappointed with my jus, but never mind. But yeah, there's some good points down there. It's much better than my first one, for sure.
Kevin's signature dish is a chicken thigh ballotine stuffed with a chicken, coriander, and lime mousse, served with a chicken wing lollipop, puffed wild rice, satay sauce, and a pickled radish and cucumber salad.
Your sauce, your puffed rice with nicely cooked chicken is a delight. And I love your satay sauce, but there's nowhere near enough of it. Often find this with all sorts of cuisine. When you try and refine it, you sometimes lose its heart.
The satay sauce, for me, personally, is too sweet. The little salad on the side brought a bit of sharpness and freshness through the dish, but I'm wanting, a bit more on the plate. Otherwise, it's just a lot of chicken, not enough sauce. What is here is more like a sweet puree.
The flavours that you've talked about, the peanut and the heat and the pickles, don't work with chicken mousse. I don't like the stuffing, I don't like it, it doesn't seem to work for me. But there's one flavour that I was really looking forward to, and it was the peanut satay sauce. And it's not there.
I knew I was taking a risk doing that dish. But I think I got some mixed reviews there.
For his signature dish, Steve's made crispy scaled red mullet, served with caramelized cauliflower puree, raw apple filled with crab in a tarragon mayonnaise, pickled cauliflower, and a tomato shellfish sauce.
I love the way you crisped up the scales and the fish underneath is flaking away. I think the apple with the crab is a nice, light addition to an otherwise pretty punchy dish. I think that's great.
Thank you very much.
The cauliflower puree, which you've caramelized, works so well with the sauce. I think it's a really tasty plate of food there.
The sauce has got a great flavour of the tomato and the seafood running through it. The cauliflower puree with the pepper is hot, and then the freshness of the crab meat and the apple. So there are lots of lovely little surprises going on here.
Thank you very much. I was a lot more calm, a lot more focused.
Well done.
Inspector now, brother.
Good job.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's great. Might not have seen it on my face, but I did enjoy it. It was good.
George has made fennel and caraway infused duck breast, served with pomme anna, pineapple ketchup, sherry and balsamic gel, and a port choux.
The cooking of duck, it is lovely and pink. The sweetness of the pineapple on its own was nice with the duck, but once you have it with that sauce, for me, is sickly sweet, which is a real shame, a real shame.
I have an issue with that duck skin because it just isn't crispy, so I don't want to eat it because I'll be chewing on it. And I don't quite understand the port sauce. It's just another sweetness where you've already got very sweet ketchup.
Okay.
George, I find the sweetness of the dish really difficult to eat. The port is sweet once it's reduced down, but at least the potato Anna really does try to mellow the dish down. It is well made. I can't deal with the sweetness. It's just too much for it for me.
Right. I had some good comments and bad comments. The competition back in there is very tight. I'm up against it for sure.
Finally, it's Jay, whose signature dish is lamb rump crusted with holy basil, an Indian herb, served with lamb neck lumpia, pan-roasted cauliflower, Jerusalem artichoke and Dutch chili, cauliflower puree, and a spiced coriander and basil jus.
I loved your lumpia. That is really soft, unctuous bits of lamb neck, which isn't easy to cook, and you've done it brilliantly. Love the cooking of the vegetables, nice and soft. They're refreshing. I really like that. But the piece of lamb is really, really big, too big for me.
I love the little bit of chilli that's on the plate with the vegetables, the cauliflower and the Jerusalem artichoke. I do like the little spring roll. I think that's absolutely delicious. Love the flavour of the sauce. I like your ideas and I like your thinking.
Thank you.
The lamb, though I like it pink, it is big. Maybe cut it down and have a few pieces. The garnish works so well here, the cauliflower with the chili on top. There is a lot that I like about this plate.
Thank you. Almost my best cooking. I don't think it was right up there, but I tried my best in the time frame and everything that I could.
That was a day of twists and turns, ups and downs, wasn't it?
I thought they came back in here today and really showed true grit and determination to cook their best dishes.
Adam, the lobster salmon raviolo, the beautifully made pasta, the sauce. I thought Adam made a great dish.
I thought his dish was beautifully executed, a lot of skill involved, tons of flavour.
Adam's a good chef. Let's put him through.
He deserves to go through, yeah.
Another chef who appeared to impress was Steve.
The red mullet with the crispy scales on top, the fish underneath, beautifully cooked, fabulous sauce. I really enjoyed this.
The crab salad was absolutely delicious. I think he should go through too.
George's dish was the duck with a really lovely pineapple ketchup, but the duck skin wasn't cooked. And none of us enjoyed the port sauce.
I thought the palmana was delicious, but it was just too sickly sweet for me.
I liked the cookery of Cheryl's duck. I liked her potatoes.
The puree on the plate was good, but the sauce let this dish down.
The sauce is what ruined it, but I also find it was a really messy presentation.
Now, what about Jay? He served us up an enormous piece of lamb.
I agree. Jay's lamb dish, all you could see was the big hunk of lamb in the middle. The star of that dish was the lumpia with the lamb neck shredded through it. That was delicious.
The Jerusalem artichoke and the cauliflower brought an alternative flavour, a crunch, a bite. It blended and worked very, very well.
Kevin, he gave us his take on a chicken satay. I like the chicken thigh, and I think he had a beautiful satay sauce. He just didn't serve enough of it.
I thought Kevin's dish had huge amounts of potential, and I love the little salady bits. I didn't think the chicken mousse worked in the middle of the thigh.
I found the peanut sauce really sweet. Real shame.
I don't know if I've done enough to say in the competition. If I have, it'll be through the skin of my teeth, definitely.
I did my very best, really. Hopefully, they'll give me another chance.
I am slightly worried because there's a lot of good dishes out there today. Fingers crossed.
If I was to get through to the quarterfinals, I'd be absolutely ecstatic, over the moon. You name it, I'd be it.
It's a difficult decision because there's promise, there's skill, most certainly, but there's also errors. We've got to decide who we think will be able to step up.
great job coming back into this kitchen a second time, especially after a really tough round with the skills. Sad to say, we have to lose 3 of you.
For us, there were 2 chefs that really stood out. Adam, Steve, congratulations, chefs. You're in the next round. Cheryl, George, Jay, Kevin. There is 1 more place to fill. Our 3rd chef going through is Jay. Guys, thank you very much for your hard work today. Unfortunately, you are leaving us. Thank you.
I'm a bit gutted that I'm leaving at this stage. I felt I had a little bit more to give. Turns out today wasn't my day.
I had the best time. It's a learning curve as well. And also I met some amazing chefs.
I'm a little bit gutted. I'm happy to have been here, the experience, but yeah, it's my time.
Well done, you 3. Through to the next round, through to a quarter-final. Congratulations.
A bit overwhelmed, feel a bit emotional to stand there and see I'm quarterfinalist.
Shocked, to be fair. I'm going to put my all into going forward and go as far as I can.
It's an amazing, amazing feeling. I can't wait for a bit more.
Next time, it's the last of the quarterfinals. And the best chefs return to prove they have what it takes.
You've used a lot of different techniques here, and I like that.
Those who deliver will earn the right to cook for the critics.
This is extraordinary.